started, I had any potential background in the area, in the sense that my background is very much, my parents immigrated from Italy, came to Australia. They were committed that their children should get education, and that was what I focused on, doing well in my studies at school, and then went into university to do a combined law degree. And it was really by pure accident in the first year of university that one of the students who used to be at school with me a year ahead of me said, you know what, you should give a go at industrial relations in your undergraduate degree. Right. And I thought, oh, that's very interesting. I didn't really think about that area at all. And from the moment I started doing it, my passion became immense. Terms and conditions through over 100 awards. It sets the national wage decision once a year, and I was very fortunate to sit on a number of those wage decisions. And they are, probably the most watched decision of the year is what is going to be the national wage. And every June, around effective on the 1st of July, we deal with that issue and set the minimum. And that is a minimum that nobody can get paid less than that minimum. And we try, as much as possible to weigh up all the factors at the relevant time. And, during the COVID period, obviously that affected what could be permissible. But it is based on evidence and based on the submissions of the parties. The Fair Work Commission has a greater jurisdiction in the sense that it deals with unfair dismissals, adverse action cases, and anti-bullying cases. And, there are many thousands of unfair dismissal cases a year. And the Commission is designed to look at whether the dismissal, not only whether there was a valid reason, which is part one of the situation, but you can have a valid reason, but it still might be unfair, harsh, or unjust, right? And the primary remedy remains reinstatement, so you can actually get your job back potentially through an unfair dismissal if it has not been done correctly. Personally, I was given the privilege of being a vice president and working most of those years under the leadership of the then Justice Ian Ross. I was given the leadership role to look at the performance of the organisation and pastoral care. So we created a tribunal second to none in terms of its output and in terms of its timeliness of decisions. So we really aimed to get fast justice, not fast inappropriate justice, but really to make sure that the parties got their decisions, and over 90% of these cases were decided, from the moment, the decision was out within 12 weeks, right? Which is very significant because as we're dealing with a lot of people's trade unions, disputes, harassment cases, a whole lot of matters, people want to get their results quickly. Diligence training of all the tribunal members, quite important because we deal with a lot of unrepresented litigants, puts a lot of pressure on the person hearing a matter. Over 40% of cases, a party is unrepresented. And in some of those cases, there will be, mental health issues. There will be people who are only ever going to be in the legal system once, right? And their case is very significant for them. And it's important that everybody deals with matters with compassion and patience, as well as the overreaching role of fairness. But listening to the parties is quite a significant trait in the way the Fair Work Commission operates.